We are under attack every single day, every single second.
With the high-stakes midterm elections coming up on November 6th, we sat down with media studies professor Emily Blout to talk about the influence of the internet on democracy. Is the internet changing democracy?
Okay, that's a question that's everyone's asking. I think the question's not, is the internet changing democracy, but whether democracy is going to change with the internet. The internet is changing our lives. It has changed our lives. It will continue to change our lives. Technology, it's not just the internet. This is the digital hypermedia space, is what I like to call it. This is the transfusion of technologies and rituals that pervade every aspect of our lives, and that only get more intense to the point where we're not going to even recognize where we are sitting today. But will our laws and our norms change with that? And can it change with that? Can democracy survive in a hyper-mediated world?
Do you think cyber attacks from foreign countries are going to be a big player in this upcoming midterm election?
Well, yes. I think that's a great question, and yes. But at the same time, it's also important to remember that we are under attack every single day, every single second. There's some sort of cyber intrusion or probe to our networks and our network security. And that's a commonplace, and that's something that's not going to stop. Certainly, it has the potential to escalate. But the level of intellectual property theft, covert trading and currency manipulation, and the other malign and malicious activities directed towards the U.S., I think is only going to escalate due to the politics between our country and others. Without privacy, you cannot have democracy. Without the ability to remain private and speak and talk and express yourself and live without the intervention of any kind of body, the government or a corporation, you cannot achieve the freedom that our founders really believed in and wanted to protect in its founding documents. And so that's really troubling.